Hello, beautiful little bees. Welcome to the On with Louise channel. I hardly ever say this. It's a pleasure to find the time to do something, and today I want to talk about dreams. We have a new moon coming next week. The the new moon that's going to start the lunar year. I have to figure out. I think we were the rabbit this year, so I can't remember which comes after. I'm going to have to do a tiny bit of research for you. But today, I want to talk about dreams, and for that, I'm going to use the Grand Eteilla. It's a old deck that I finally recuperated from my mom's. Look at the state of the box. I can't tell you which year it is, but it's old. Okay, I've never used it. I studied it a little bit. It has keywords which I used to not like, but I'm starting to get used to it because there is some cool decks with keywords, and it's a ancestor, I was going to say a grandparent, an ancestor of the tarot. So you'll find some similarities, and you'll find some similarities. I think there are 78 cards, just like a tarot deck. So that's what we're going to use, and you can apply that to any dream you may have, I feel. And I do believe that we hear the messages that we are meant to hear. I don't want to give the warning like a lot of other channels give, but I do want to remind you that to take this as a story, and just like any story, we relate to some parts of the story and some we don't. Or just like when you watch a movie, you will understand a character more than the other, because you have experienced something, or because you want to feel to experience something. So see how this speaks to you. In any case, the goal is for you to have a good time, for you to feel good, and maybe hear a message that will make you feel a certain way, or make you think differently about a situation, or open the door to something different to, at the end of the day again, make you feel better, okay? So, before I get into this, I care to see which divine energy is going to accompany us in this reading. S'il vous plaît. Nos anges et guides d'amour. Which divine energy is going to be with our little bees today? With the hive, because I want to include myself sometime. Well, that's a lot. I'm not going to take those because we have many, but we have hope, we have facing fear, and we have divine healing. So let's go back and we get just one, s'il vous plaît. There is one that kind of like turned around. Should I take this one? Light activation. Do you want to activate your light? Is that your dream? We have charity. Oh, she reminds me of the girl in... See, I was telling you about movies. She reminds me of the girl from... what is it? My name is Earl. And no disrespect. And we have Brigade, which is an energy I understand because we're approaching in bulk, which is February 1st. Okay, can we get a clear energy for this dream come true reading, s'il vous plaît? Nos anges et guides. This is interesting. Should I pick another deck? S'il vous plaît, nos guides d'amour. Can I get a divine? Okay. Well, Brigade, fine. She likes to come on the channel. I can't remember if it's been in personal reading. I think it was a personal reading, but we've seen her a lot, and I'm not surprised. I read about her this morning, so she could be in my mind, and because I was reading about in bulk, hopefully I will be able to do a reading about in bulk next weekend. But that talks about inner strength, talks about passion, but your passion, whatever makes you feel strongly about something. Move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. Let's read a little bit about her. I don't want to take it too long because I want to try and do the new moon reading, but we'll see how it goes. So, Brigid is a Celtic goddess of Ireland who is closely associated with fire and the time of spring. She is a twin flame of Cernunnos. Okay, so it's interesting that we have this notion of love also and passion, because she's also a twin flame. Okay. She was so loved by the Celtic people that when Christianity came to Ireland, she was adopted as a saint of Holy Wells and other holy places. She's a powerful figure who can help us channel our energy into something that is important for our growth. And as she herself has lasted through the ages, she adds longevity to our journey so that we can reach a deep state of wholeness. Okay, so I'm not sure I like that, because does this mean we're going to live longer? Or does this mean that our journey is going to take more time for you to get to the point that we want to get to, that dream coming true? So that's the kind of stuff like you have to read between the lines. You can call on her to bring her sacred flames to burn away anything that is not serving you, to bless any new projects you have in mind, and for support with fertility. Okay, so in bulk means in the belly. I don't want to get too much into that, but in case I don't have the time, maybe it's for a reason, since there is no coincidence that I'm talking about this today. Maybe I won't have the time next weekend. So in case I don't have the time next weekend, in bulk means, it's from Celtic language, it means in the belly. It refers to the seeds in the ground that, even though we don't see them, they're already getting ready to, I can't remember if the word is sprout, but to pierce the ground, so to speak, and we can start seeing the green everywhere. I just noticed we have green energies here with Reid, that talks about, what is that, the heart chakra, I want to say, like right the plexus area. So, middle balance, I like this. That makes me think of the Archangel Raphael too, which also talks about healing. Okay, so the message: your spiritual fire is growing within, just like the seed. Recognize that the power of your soul is greater than you think, which definitely makes me think of the Strength card too. You have come a long way since you began this journey. There is a powerful force within you, and you have the ability to create wonderful changes in your own life and inspire those around you to do the same. Be aware of new projects, opportunities, and fertile ideas that grow into something larger than you may imagine. Call on this fiery goddess brigade to light the way ahead. That makes me think, oh, and we have Cernunnos right behind it, which talks about life force and expressing your driving passion. At the bottom of the deck, we have, we seem to like Hindi energies on this channel, because I mean there is a few, okay, in cards, but Lord Shiva and Ganesha, and who is Mahavatar Babaji. I think he's a Jesus version over there. Let's find out. Soul expansion. Your conscience, the word I can't say. Let's hear it. Consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. That's beautiful. Lady Portia behind him. Just a quick, I want to make sure, I want to verify, because I believe that it is Mahavatar means great incarnation or avatar, and Babaji means sacred father. He's a deeply respected master yogi who was introduced to the world through the teaching of the Indian yogi Paramahansa. I don't want to kill it, so about an Indian god, and he's called, for short, Babaji, as he's called for short. He's said to be over 2,000 years old and able to travel between Earth and other worlds. He is said to have an invisible temple in the Himalayas that can appear to those who want to connect with Mary, period. Many believe that he is like Christ himself, bringing deep love, acceptance, forgiveness, insight, and direction. That's what I thought. Okay. So we have the Christic energies, but what I like with this is that we have Master Jesus in this deck, we have Mother Mary in this deck, but with the fact that we have a Hindi type energy, imaging in any case, and the Celtic energy with Brigade talking to us about in bulk, I feel like we want, I feel like what we need to hear is that the world is much bigger than what we know, than what we experience, that what we meet, than what we meet. And I love to see what a way to experience what we know as a Western country, for example, because I am in California, but I grew up in France, but the still Western world with knowledge of Catholicism and Christianity and stuff like that. We won't necessarily know unless we are Celtic ourselves about the old gods or the old saints, or so I feel like this is a reminder for us to realize that, again, the world is much bigger than we think. There is all kinds of religions, beliefs, what's the term I'm looking for? Oh shit, not spirituality. I can think of the term. When we think something is going to happen, I can think of the term. Crystal, maybe you will tell us. When we have those feel like, don't do this because this could happen. Superstitions. Superstitions come from some founded or lived experiences or things like that. Like, for example, or even etiquette. I was reading from the etiquette, great guy, British etiquette guy on YouTube, was talking about putting your elbows on the table. When I was growing up, my mom would always say, don't put your elbows on the table. And that's something I every once in a while I say it to my kids. But that came because in those whatever days, wherever this etiquette came from, I forget where it was, but putting your elbows on the table, the tables were so, was made of, they were not attached. Like, you had pieces of wood that would hold the flat part where people would eat, but it was not screwed on the feet of the table. So if you put your elbows on it, the whole thing would fall over. So that has become today's etiquette, but it comes from the foundation of it is that you would just literally make all the food fly over and not be able to eat if you put your elbows on the table. So there is foundation to our beliefs and foundation and stuff like that. But anyways, to go back to that, the fact that we have this Hindi Babaji, reminding us about the teachings of Jesus. So that means the Hinduism or people from India that follow these principles have the same teachings and beliefs, so very similar, even if they use different words as we do. And with Brigid, whereas I was just talking about in bulk, that gives me hope that there is a beautiful new beginning and growth and understanding of all the different communities and accepting the differences and learning from them and grow from them, from everyone around us and more. That is part of my dream, actually. Dream come true. Okay, so there we go. What are we going to use for energies? I'm going to take, fine, since we were being very wise for a moment here, so let me take the Oracle of the Wisdom of the Oracle, because we haven't used it in a moment. Apologies for the delay here. I gotta reorganize my spot. I've got too many things. Okay, what does the Wisdom of the Oracle want to tell us, s'il vous plaît? Let me put that here. some of you may know that I'm not necessarily disorganized, but I sit down and I'm like, okay, we're going to do this, and then we figure out what happens as we go. So, and sometimes I'm more organized. Gemini get, oh, the yang wanted to show itself. Look at that. To me, that is like the expression of the fight. Look at how you have, that's amazing. Look at this. Okay, do I need to voice the similarities between these two? How she's holding the fire here, and here we still have fire in the middle of hands, but we are expressing our fire, and here we are receiving the same passion. I wanted to see if spirit, the face of spirits in the middle, and all these stars also make me think of wish coming true. Allez, s'il vous plaît. What energy? Okay, this one wants to come out. Being flexible, that goes well with, I don't know why I keep mixing, because something else wanted to come. Okay. Okay, so it's interesting, I was talking about etiquette, and we have the poised card. With the flexible, I cannot help but going back to what I was just talking about, accepting and learning the differences that connect us all together. I really don't want to get into the details, because this is what I've been feeling since the very beginning. And with the poised here and the stars around it, I'm feeling that acceptance again, just like I want to take it out. I don't know where to put it, but that card, like I want to put it like next to Brigitte if I can. Oh, we have by the book being upside down, meaning we should not follow. Here we go. Whatever we are told, but I feel like follow your heart in many ways. Sorry, Mother Mary, we're gonna cover you for a little moment. Here we go. I love these two cards together. This is amazing. Okay, I'm going to take my little spread back. This is a spread, the dream come true, right here, if you can see it. This is a spread by Lida Pavlova _magic. Looks like that was something that was posted in Instagram, but I think I found it on Pinterest or something. I get those, notification, and it's like, oh, I want to try this one. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, let's talk about dream coming true for our little bees, s'il vous plaît, nos kits d'amour. For the hive in general, of course, like I said, apply it. I don't want to say how it resonates, but how it makes sense to you. What do we have here? Indecisions. This talks about friendship, but I feel like there is some indecisions because it's a Two of Swords, obviously. Maybe you are undecided whether it's a friendship or love story. S'il vous plaît. What fell? Folly, madness. That was the Fool, maybe having trust. The thing is that these cards are made to be read in both reversed and I have a hard time knowing what's the right way. It's my first time using it, so let's make a wish. That there is less silliness in the world. How about that? S'il vous plaît, nos anges d'amour et guides. Okay. Oh, that was a good advice. Maybe you will get a good advice or give a good advice to someone. Alors, can we get going on this dream come true message for a little bit, s'il vous plaît? The deck the cards are so thick and it's so old, and I don't want it to break. I want to respect it. I'm afraid of. I want to be able to use it for a very long time still, so s'il vous plaît, no guide. Not that I don't respect any of my deck, but the cards are difficult to shuffle. Dream come true message for a little piece. Okay, let's do this. Voila. I don't want... Okay, let's get it. I did... At the bottom of the deck, we have the good advice again. and it's having a hope and expectations, but you have good advice. So and with the swords pointing down, the way the card was it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so the Seven of Sword, where I'm going, talks about a situation where we either have to be sneaky, or there could be somebody you can trust, or so keep that in mind. But I want to tell you about this person that you have doubts about, for example, or a situation you have doubts about. You can have hope, and you are going to get good advice. So that's good, or give good advice. I mean, the energies, and as yellow, that talks about work, because yellow goes in. I'm going to use this information because I'm using a very old deck, and the colors in the Tarot de Marseille, which is just as old as this one, if not, but maybe a little less, because I believe the Great Eteilla is Egyptian. Yes, it's from the Tarot of the Egyptians. So it could even, the Tarot de Marseille is from like the 14th or 16th century. Don't, like, there is so many different creations, but I know it's old, and but I think this one's older than the Tarot de Marseille. It might have been I think it was the inspiration to Le Tarot de Marseille. So anyways, I'm going to use the color guide from the basic tarots. So all that to say that the yellow refers to wheat and honey. It refers to wealth. It refers to work. So if some of you are worried about the work situation, just know that it's not that bad, and you may get some good advice from someone, and you can have hope, okay, if your dream comes about work as well. So what's our first card about? Obviously, your dream come true could be about anything, and that's why I took this deck too, because I did not, I wanted to use a Modern Love Tarot, but I was afraid that we were going to be too influenced by the imagery to love stories. If I was to take another, I was afraid that the more modern imagery of any of the modern deck would influence us one way or another. So I went to almost the root, and to try to make this more, to make this broader. So let's see, what is, apologies, I'm hot with the coffee, I need some water. Is my mic plugged? Yes. That would have sucked, right? Okay, so the first card is, what do I want? What's your dream about? What is it that you want? I'm going to lower the heater too. What is it that our little bee want or dream of? S'il vous plaît, nos guides d'amour. What do they want or dream of? Interesting, there's a lot here. So reversed here, it goes with too late, but in French the term is like when it clôture, it's when you close something. So we want something that ends. There is a notion of victory with that drawing, I feel. There is 4 moons, which makes me think of the 4 of Pentacles, and the signification of this one is a gift. So what I feel here, with the general meaning of this card, is that you dream of some situation ending by itself. It's possible that you're too late for something. Maybe you were hoping that you were not. When the universe puts you in a situation, And maybe that's what you need to realize. That may not clarify what you dream of, but the way that I feel here is that some of you had hopes for a situation and it did not go your way. You were too late. You feel like you came too late with this situation. But that not action, that way, that the fact that you're too late is actually a gift from the universe. This is a door with a closure, and this is the end of a book. You are starting a new book. We have the energy of Brigid and everything else with we are getting close to Imbolc, which talks about the birth of a new of the spring, talks about a new life, right? In the universe, in our part of the world, in any case, and now on the northern hemisphere. So what you want, what you really, really want, is something new. And you want, in a way, you want it to be shown to you. You don't want to be looking for that new thing. You feel like, you dream of having this new situation coming to your door and saying, hey, here I am, here is a new situation. That's what you dream of, right? I mean, we can all dream. A lot of us now, I was going to say this generation. No, it's not it's not really the generation, it's how the world has become. We do a lot from home. Instead of having you coming to me to get a tarot reading, I have a little bit of time. Here I am sending you a message that you can see from your phone or computer or whatever, your tablet. And I feel like you want to have, your dream is to have this new thing just appear to you by itself. Okay. Is that doable? Is that not doable? It happens to some people, if you believe. But I think you also need to hear that if you feel like you were too late for a situation, this is a gift from the universe. Not having something can also be the gift, because there is something else that's coming and that you don't see it yet. But the universe has a way, and I hate when I hear that, but it has a way of teaching us things, or so that we don't do certain things again for our spiritual growth, blah, blah, blah. I hate it as much as you do. It's like, enough with the growing, just give it to me now. But there you go. So basically, as a general idea, we dream of, there's that yellow again, of comfort, of success, and of it coming easy in a way. Which, like, okay, it's a dream, okay, that's what we want, so there's nothing wrong with that, that's what we want. Okay, makes sense to me. We want it all coming without us working too hard for it, like it's just handed to us on a beautiful blue platter. With the blue, I'm going towards the emotion here. Even though this color, the dark blue in the old school of the Tao, even now, I mean, we're talking about spirituality and infinity, but with the blue I also go towards the water and I go towards the emotional. There is like, this is light blue and this is light green. So it feels like it's on the surface. We want to have the spiritual growth, we want to have the material strengths, we want to be successful, we want to have the financing, we want everything to be balanced and good. And with the number 4 here, I'm also feeling like, a strong foundation. So basically, I think we're all very, we want it all. Hey, look. I want it all. Okay, fine, you want it all. This is a dream, right? Okay, let's see. Very well. I guess because, this is many people, and it's got to be broad, and I guess it is broad. Okay. How it is that our little bee how may it go wrong? How could your dream go wrong? That's what it is. Or what to avoid. Let's see. How can our little bee's dream go wrong? Or what should they avoid, s'il vous plaît? How can a little bee's dream go wrong, s'il vous plaît? How can it go wrong? What's under vicieux? Okay. So it's interesting that we are wondering how it could go wrong. And on the other side, it would talk about a depraved man. I was talking about the Seven of Swords earlier, somebody that we doubt about. And we know that this man has dark hair. He looks like the King of Pentacles, so he's someone who has money. He's got green boots, which to me also talks about somebody who has a certain wealth. He's comfortable in his life, but he's also following his pulsions. As a man, if you're a woman listening to this and you feel odd about a man, then it's possible that this man did follow these pulsions. If you had a dream of a certain type of love, it could go wrong with a love or relationship or something. It could go wrong with this man following the pulsion and being depraved, falling into the depravation. And he can't afford it. What does he have around his neck? He has a pink, I wish I could, blow it up. It's funny because the way this crown is made, see, I was telling you I don't want to look at modern imagery, but the way the crown is made and what's covering his ears, it makes me think of somebody who may have we see a lot of earbuds lately, but it would be more someone that's wearing the headsets more than earbuds a lot. What else? What else do we have? With a yellow, again, that talks about somebody who works. So it's somebody who works hard, who is comfortable, but who follows his pulsion a little too much. So that gets more into the detail of the type of dream, the message that some of you may hear. Your dream could turn to a nightmare because of this person here that follows the pulsion a little too much, that is too grounded in the animal that they are rather than the thinking being that they also are. Okay, interesting. Number 3, the roots. Why is it that you want the dream that you want? Interesting. Okay. Why is it that our little bee wants that dream, s'il vous plaît, no guide? Why is it that our little bee wants that dream? Look at this. Is this a 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yes, this is a 10 of cups. I can only take this as a 10 of cups because you dream of the perfect family life. You dream of love, you dream of sincerity, you dream of the family together. You just want that sincere love. And I guess who doesn't, right? Everybody wants the happy ending. But that's the family happy ending that you are craving. Not with that guy. Okay. That's going faster than I expected, this one. To note, the keywords on this card here, I went to the 10 of cups because of the drawing, but there is the city and there is anger. If these keywords mean something to you, I don't want to zone in on that, because it makes no sense to me. I just focused on the Ten of Cups here. But some of you, maybe you also want to, you may feel like you want to live in the city with your family. That's where you feel like you'll reach your dream. You're not one of those that want to be living in the mountain or by the beach or whatever. You may be a city person, and there could be some anger lingering in some relationship, in some homes. That's like some extra details, but you just have the dream of and why you want it. It's also possible that you want it for two reasons. Either you have witnessed it with your parents or with some people in your family, or you never did, and you want to experience it for yourself. Okay. What should our little bee do to make this come true? I love this because there is butterflies on this question. So that to me, right there is a sign here. What should I do to make it come true? And you have butterflies. That talks about something new again. That's going back to the energy of something new. Okay. What should a little bit do to make their dream come true? S'il vous plaît, no give them more. What should they do to make their dream come? Oh, we're back with the cup here. So your dream is love related. To me, there is no doubt here. Most of you dream of a beautiful family life and of love and appreciation and connection and shared feelings and stuff like that. Esther was talking about sincerity, and we have the sincerity. So you want to be finance. There is a finance at the feet on these cards. You want to be comfortable in. You don't want to be needy in any case. You don't want to be hungry. You dream of being comfortable. This is very. It feels like this is everyone, right? But how to make your dream come true? It's by being sincere. I feel like you'll get to that victory, to get to that dream coming true. And the Nine of Cups is your wish come true. So that's a really cool card here. That comes on top of the gift here. It's by being honest. Be honest with yourself about what you want. Don't hold it back. And be honest with the people that are part of your dream. Don't hold back. I really feel like, and this has been a very strong notion in a lot of the reading, where I would say speak your truth, speak your truth. You want your dream come true, speak it, say it, write it. I'm even thinking of doing that with this new moon, being the start of the Chinese New Year. This is the first new moon of the year that we have next week. You have a few days to think about it. This is a great time to manifest, not only for the months, but for the year to come, about the dreams that you have. Think about it, write it down, and be honest with yourself about what you want. And again, express it to yourself, to the universe, and to the people around you and that are part of this dream. When you are going to do this, look, I'm going to the new moon reading now too. I recommend that you write it down, and write it down without negative words in it. Let's say, I don't want to argue with my partner anymore, or my husband, or my child. Instead of doing that, I have a healthy relationship with my partner or with my child. We communicate easily. That's how you want to word it, because the universe, for some reason, does not understand negative. There will be confusion. Don't ask me where that come from. I just like to retain the whatchamacall, the I like to retain the bottom line. It's like there is all this, okay, I understand that, but just give me the bottom line. Bottom line is we communicate with affirmations and with positive word only. That will just make it clear to the universe and to you. That's how it is. It's like I remember being in math classes and having all these classes with a teacher explaining to us how Pythagoras came to that theorem, thesis or theorem or whatever, to get to the formula. Just give me the formula and tell me what it's for. I don't care how we got to it. Sometimes but it's like it's so complicated. I don't have the math brain like you do. I'm not interested in it. Just tell me what it's for, how to use it. I don't care how you made it. Some people like to know. I mean, there is some things where I'm not saying I'm not curious, okay, but some stuff is like way too complicated, and this is one of those where bottom line is remain positive, period. Who or what can help our little bee with this dream, s'il vous plaît? Nos anges d'amour, who or what can help our little bee? Interesting. Okay, I think I have it. Notice that this is the card number 1. I could have removed it, so I'm going to pick another on top of it. But this would be a male, the male querent, the person who's asking the question. When you do a reading, and it's also Eteilla. And Eteilla, look, Eteilla, I believe, is Étoile. It's the star. It's the hope. It's a wish, but it's also the sun. And this sun is in the middle of all the cloud. So doesn't that tell you who or what can help? To me, this is God, this is your faith, this is the universe, this is yourself. Believing in yourself, because we have the male one. I'm also thinking about taking action. So you know what? I'm not going to pick another card actually, because I have it right there. We're talking about, at the beginning of the reading, I was talking about how we just like to stay home and get things coming, and that's your dream, right? Your dream is to stay home and wait for it to happen. That's what you want. But to me, that talks about, we're talking about honesty, and we're talking about action here. And with that, I'm also telling you, the universe is backing you up. As long as you are sincere, as long as you are positive, as long as you have faith, as long as you're walking the path that's good for you, and the path of goodness in general, I feel like you have, in spite of the problem, because with all the clouds, we're like, okay, there is shit around you. I'm not saying it's not all perfect, but you have this light on top of you. You have this light on top of the cloud. You have this light within you. Because this is also representing the person who's asking the question, so you. And with the male, I'm back to the action. So for some of you, you need to stop sitting on your behind and start acting. And if acting is just being sincere, again, just if your action is a word, then use it and communicate. Okay, I like that. What can be achieved? What was it here? It's interesting because the help, okay, look at this. I like that. The help, you have books. So some of you need to study, but some of you maybe need to go seek some professional help. If you are being honest with yourself, maybe you have a certain depression, and that could be all the dark cloud here surrounding this light within you, within your heart. Interesting, we have, that fire in the middle of the hand of Brigitte, but also in the middle of her chest. And then we have this hope and this light coming in the hands here, and we have this sun. So there is a lot of light around you, and you are capable of a lot of light. It seems to me that there is a lot of intelligence inside of you, and that could you could create something amazing. So I call on action as well. Wow, this deck is amazing. I'm so grateful for it. This is my gift. Okay, what can be achieved here for, what can, okay, the question is what can be achieved? Um, it could be, I'm not sure what to do with this because it's like what can be achieved for you, what can you achieve? So I'm just going to follow the question, but let's see. For little bees here, what can be achieved? S'il vous plaît, no guide d'amour. I'm not going to go with the craziness because this is my mom's handwriting here. Um, this is I'm tripping. Okay, this card is no doubt, for those of you who know the tarot a little bit, the representation of I had to look at the bit of this is a card that became the Fool. Okay, the Fool in this deck, instead of being the card 0, is the card 78. To me, that makes me feel like we are the energy of the world, way past the world. Okay, if you know the major arcana, you have 0 to 21. Some decks go 1 to 22, and this in the case, the Fool is the last one, because like we did everything and we start over. So there is no madness in there. I want to take you to the energy of the Fool, the energy of faith, the energy of taking just little, just the minimum, what we care the most about, and going with our familiar, starting a new life. See how he's just leaving that door, and your dream, remember, started with closure, with something ending. So if you follow all this advice, all this, if you start on acting, and if you go with honesty and there was not trusting this guy here, going with honesty and towards your goal, because you know you will be victorious, and trusting yourself and having faith and following the path. Even if it's fighting your depression, you will start a new life. There is hope. It's not madness. For some of you, maybe it sounds like madness, but you have it in you. It's cool. That was a cool. I love this, how we see the man just getting out of this door and going on his adventure, trusting that something will be great. Okay, this is funny because I noticed the bell on this one. He's got a beard. It's a weird pet. It looks like something between a hyena and a leopard. So your familiar could be, that makes me think of Coco. When it's got this weird looking dog, I forget the name, but it's not very pretty, but it's a great familiar. And with the bell, I'm having the cow's bell from the SNL episode with Christopher Walken and the elf guy, I forget his name. Need more cowbell. And the excitement in that skit. Maybe that's a madness we're talking about, like just be silly and not so rigid with everything, but that calls on you to have faith that it will be okay. It's there. You have all the tools in it. I almost want to see the magician come out. You have all the tools in hands to make your dream come true. Only you can make your dream come true. It's within you. You have the passion, you have the strength, you have the backbone, you have the flexibility and the poise. Look at that. This is like, oopsie, we don't want the advice to burn. Sorry, little angel. You have the flex. I just noticed how you have the flexibility and the poise to you are well balanced. You have it all within you to make your dream come true. But apparently I was telling you shouldn't be sitting on your butt. This guy is not sitting, he's getting out. He is checking. It's funny because like when you look at the eyes, like the sun is blinding him. Oh, there is a sun out there? Yes, it's hiding behind those clouds. Yeah, if you open the door, you may see that sun, sweet bee. Okay. What advice? I'm going to give you an advice. And here, let's go with that. With the Meteor. New stuff, s'il vous plaît, no guide. What advice? Okay. All of that? Love yourself, but there is somebody who loves you that's coming with a gift, with their heart. Okay, the cards are a mess, so if there is reversed, I will read it not reversed. We'll see. S'il vous plaît, no guide, can I get an advice for our little bee? S'il vous plaît. A clear advice for our little bee. Whoa. Croiser des chemins. Some of you feel like you need to trust your heart and the universe with the path that you want to take if you feel like you're in a path. See, you have the answer in you. Can I get a clear advice already? This one. Consciousness. How is that an advice? This is a green card, so it is an advice. Let's see what consciousness is about. Voilà, c'est message des cartes. The green one. Okay. Ici. Oh my god, it's not even in order. Consciousness. If you have this card, your oracle advises you to carry a consciousness Medeores. Ce soin vous permet de conscientiser les racines d'un blocage. Okay, so the goal is to try to find the root of something that's blocking you that you cannot remove. So I would advise you to go, because this lady sells stuff online in France, or in Europe in any case, about what she calls Medeores, and this like healing stuff. Instead of going crazy to try to find that, obviously, yeah, it's possible that some of you, and depression could be coming from some of that. There is something blocking you. I would just start with looking up which crystal can help you remove certain blockages. If I remember it, I will go look in, I'll go Google it and check out which crystal or stone can help you remove blockages and put it in the comments. Voila, so that's an interesting... I mean, you know, if you are called to trust, there is all these things actually. I was telling you about trusting yourself and the magician and this and that. So it kind of makes sense that you have this need to remove the block from something. I guess it makes sense. I'm gonna see a truth about you. What do our little bee need to hear, s'il vous plaît? Nos guides anges d'amour, what do a little bee need to hear, s'il vous plaît? What do a little bee need to hear? Okay. Stand your ground. So some of you who are too kind, that is the Seven of Wands also. So with that 7 energy, like some of you need to say no. Stamp your foot and say no, and choose your battles. There is something you want to fight for, yet you are choosing to hide instead. Remember, be sincere. Create a boundary and speak up for what you believe in. Whatever is important to you is important to you, and you will not get to this happiness and sincerity if you don't voice what it is that's important for you. Okay, I'm going to get you a message from Mother Mary. To close this, s'il vous plaît, Maman Marie. That was interesting. I liked it. S'il vous plaît, Maman Marie, message for our babies. What message do you have for our babies? S'il vous plaît, Maman Marie. What message? Well, the cards are not jumping today, so we'll go get it. S'il vous plaît, Maman Marie, what's the message for our little bee? Is that the... Yo soy la Virgen de la Caridad. La Virgen de la Caridad. So there is a notion of Hispanic community again, or Southern America in any case, because I was talking about cocoa earlier, and now we have Virgen de la Caridad, and we have people on boats here that are trying to go somewhere. I don't know if it's a fight or excitement, you know, down here. We have the tree. Notice the fire by the chest again. The doves, the purity with the white flowers, the honey-like veil around her head. Our Lady of Charity. I call upon my strongest children to aid those in need. I will empower your purpose and act through you. My powers are vast enough to keep you safe and protected, no matter where you may be. Fear not and maintain your focus on me. Trust in your heart's journey and complete fulfillment. I am guiding you, my beloved, that peace and wisdom may flourish upon this earth. I felt such power with this message. And I don't know about you, but I'm grateful to hear it. I love how we have the doves of peace too. The Sacred Heart on top of her head. There is a beautiful, I cannot believe how we have like the fire again with this one. So stand your ground with love and peace. Trust that there is a sun in the middle of those clouds. Interesting. I'm fascinated by this reading. Gratitude message here for little bees, s'il vous plaît. Message for little bees. Gratitude message. Smile at others. People will appreciate being seen. That is true. I see that when I go visit, there is a few elderly people in the family and or friends that I visit in care homes, and some people that are there that you don't necessarily see their family or whatever, if you just say hello to them, they just have this big beautiful smile every time. See the good. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. I love how we end on that, because since the beginning, when I was talking to you about manifesting, we were talking about seeing only thinking and writing positive words rather than using negative one, and that's a start. So when you start using positive instead of negative words, you will see the good instead of seeing the negative. And right now, I know for some of us, it's difficult. I'm not going to say it's not easy. I'm going to keep it's challenging. There you go. With that, my sweet bees, I wish your dreams come true, and I'll be back soon, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Sending you love. Bye bye.